Hi YouTube! Welcome to my channel. I am Panya, your local cute isekai-loving zoo panda, and it is time to watch True Facts, the crazy defenses of butterflies and moths by Zefrank. I've actually never watched any of his videos before, but this got recommended, like the entire channel got recommended to me, because I do have a very smooth brain actually. There's not much in there, and this is an educational channel, so I guess my mods were kind of hoping that I would maybe, get a little bit of knowledge in my brain and maybe, develop a wrinkle, because it's very smooth very smooth, very little, okay? There's basically nothing in there. But they apparently still have hope for me. So I got recommended this channel, so I'm gonna check it out. We're gonna start with the butterflies because I really like butterflies, they're really cute. But because it is an educational video, I'm gonna put on my learning glasses. There we go. Okay, I think I'm ready to learn. I feel like maybe with glasses, I just become automatically smarter, It could be. I'm sure it works. We're not gonna question it. Not that I could, because I have no knowledge at all. I just believe.
Good, sponsored by Brilliant. Learn to think.
Brilliant. See, brilliant is what I will become after this video. Yes. That is the goal, at least. Brilliant. Brilliant Panya the zoo panda. Yeah, that will be my name after this video. Bet. True Facts is not appropriate for children, nor for adults who don't act like children. Wait, then that is perfect for me. So it's only appropriate for adults who do act like children. I may not look like it, but I am an adult, okay? I am an adult. I do not look like it. I do not act like it. So this is perfect for me, right? Yeah, this is perfect for me. Okay, that's nice.
The adult form of insects in the order Lepidoptera, the butterflies and the moths, are some of the most beautiful insects in the world.
Wow, look at him. He's so little fluffy. Ah, a fluff ball with like a huge fluffy butt. Oh, and look at his little legs. Look at those thighs. Look at that. Oh my god. Dude did not skip leg day. Holy shit. He was doing squats. I say he because he looks like a little man to me. So cute. Look at those little eyes. Those little eyes. So adorable. And he has big eyes too, I guess. But he is so cute. Okay.
But come on, they're ridiculous. Just look at them. To get to this point, they've had to go through a baby phase as a sort of above-ground, slow-moving worm thing.
Yo, that looks so I don't like these kind of worm thingies. They're so ill. No, thank you. I don't approve. Okay, I do not approve of caterpillars because they ugly. No, actually they're not that ugly. They're often also fluffy, but they're kind of disgusting. They're kind of, I don't know. I don't like them. No. I don't approve.
Just hang out for a couple weeks in a sleeping bag dingleberry, so they've had plenty of time to plan, and this is what they turn into.
Beautiful.
Like being in nature is a walk in the park.
What is this? I've never seen one like that before. Look at those colors. That looks like a fairy. Like one of those fairies in like a Barbie movie maybe. This is like a super pretty bibble. Yes. It is like super pretty, cute, gorgeous Barbie bibble fairy tale. Yeah, like Fairytopia kind of style. I like it. This one I approve of. This is adorable. This is so cute. Oh, I want one. This is so fluffy and cute and pretty.
Well, I guess it is, but my point is it's dangerous out there for a butterfly. Jerry, that's a fish. Oh, dang. That bird's a dick. My point is everything's trying to eat you, and that's the body you're working with? Come on, it's like being in the middle of a battlefield and someone's dancing around in a kimono. Just look at the way they fly.
True.
It's like a drunk person trying to find the bathroom in an IKEA. But don't fall for it.
True. That's like a thing I always noticed when I looked at like butterflies, right? When they fly. So when you're a kid, right? You always try to like catch the butterflies and stuff. But it's so tough to catch them because they just don't fly in a straight line. You don't know where they are going. It's like they don't even know themselves. I don't know what the heck they're doing. Okay, they're not flying properly. I have an idea though. Could it be, he's probably gonna explain this to us, but could it be that that is actually like a defense thing? Because maybe they don't want me to capture them. Maybe that's why they don't fly in a straight line. Or maybe it's like a bumblebee, right? And like the wings don't really match, and then they're just kind of flying stupidly. Maybe that's I don't know. Ooh, I want to know.
It's a ruse. Lepidopterans are the perfect killing machines. Jerry, that's not true. But I don't care if you saw it on Reddit. We talked about this. Do your job, Jerry. Anyway, butterflies and moths have 2 pairs of wings, one in front and one in back.
What is this angelic figure? Beautiful. Look at this one. It is so pretty.
These wings, in comparison to their bodies, are much larger and broader than those of other flying.
Okay, wait, we gotta look at this. Okay, so birds have, I guess, average wings, right? There's the wings. I think he's talking about the wings, right? I think he's talking about the wings. And then butterflies have like large ones, like the biggest. Butterflies very big, very big. Okay, got it.
Animals. Now, being lightweight with huge flappers means that they can take advantage of some of the fluid properties of air. First off, they don't flap that often, around 10 times a second. Compare that to the 200 times a second of a bee, for example. With each...
Okay, fair. If you compare that with a bee, that is not that often. Okay. But like, it's still kind of often. A second is like super short. It's like 1. And then it's over. And they were like flapping 10 times during that time. That is still incredible speed. I am still impressed. I don't think that's not that often. I think that is often enough. Yeah.
Stroke, the edges of their wings create swirls of air that resembles smoke rings. On the downstroke, these vortex rings move down and away from the body, which results in vertical lift. But on the upstroke, the rings move away more horizontally, which causes the butterfly to move forward. So as the butterfly flies, it leaves behind a trail of these vortex rings as it alternates between lift and propulsion. But there's an additional trick going on here.
What? That looks so gorgeous. Okay, that's crazy to me. Like, butterflies are already so beautiful and pretty. When I look at them with my human/panda eyes, you know, it's like that's what I can see. Beautiful colors, elegance, gorgeous. They already like kind of look like dancers, I guess. But then when they fly, the stuff that my human eyes and neither my panda eyes, even with glasses, I can't see. They're still doing like pretty flying that's like dancing through the sky. And I can't see it because my eyes aren't good enough. Because they can't see these things. That is so unfair. That is so unfair. Because, like, I want to see the gorgeousness. I want to see the dance. I want to see the elegance. How pretty it is. And I'm not allowed to because my eyes won't show me.
These wings are razor sharp and people get killed to death? Really, Jerry?
Really?
Stop it. These wings are quite floppy.
Do they? Was that a joke? I don't think they're that sharp, right? I never got hurt by a butterfly. I don't think that's true. I think that was a joke. Perhaps. I don't know. I don't know. They do look sharp. But that would be so cool in like a video game or whatever. You just have like butterflies and they just give you slashing damage all the time. That would be so sick. Just imagining yourself like in a video game walking through like a field of flowers with butterflies and slash, 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 damage. Minus 10, minus 10, minus 10 HP. That would be crazy. I would love that, not gonna lie.
And if you're paying attention, you can see that on the upstroke, the wings bend in a way that
I see
the front edges to come together first. This seal creates a pocket of air that's squeezed out like a fart from under a duvet as the rest of the wings close on each other. And that air bubble is shot right out through the center of a vortex ring. Just like that fart was initially shot up. And this creates even more forward propulsion. Now, when they fly backwards, they change the angle of their body, so the upstroke creates lift, and the downstroke moves them horizontal. So when you see butterflies flip-flapping all over the place, like the flying equivalent of a mosh pit, they're doing that on purpose. They can fly in a freaking straight line if they want to.
What?
They do that crazy flying shtick to with the birds that want to eat them. It's a defensive strategy. Float like a butterfly, it stings when I pee sort of thing. Here, you know how some butterflies...
What? It stings when you pee? Maybe you should go to a doctor. Okay, so I was correct with my first assumption that it is the defense thing. But why are you trying to tell me that they are very much capable of flying straight? Are you telling me that they just do not want to fly straight because that is so appealing to them? Like, not appealing to them? Appealing? Like, the negative part, yeah. It's like they don't want to be straight, so they just do their gay mosh pit kind of flying style, dancing through the sky, like a drag queen on a catwalk, that kind of stuff. Like a RuPaul's Drag Race. That you're telling me that? Honestly, based. That's pretty based. Not gonna lie.
Butterflies are toxic to birds, right? Not my personal favorite form of defense, by the way. Yeah, that's right. I taste like crap. Eat me, bird. Oh, shit, you are. Here, for example, is a blue jay puking right after eating a monarch. Showed in.
Yo.
The poisonous ones often have brightly colored wings, so at least the birds can learn to stay away after a couple bouts of food poisoning. These toxic ones also tend to fly slower and straighter. It's like another signal to the birds not to f with them. Now, non-toxic...
So, basically, the straight flying butterflies are the toxic ones? I'm gonna leave that there.
often mimic the colors and patterns of toxic butterflies to get some of that protection. And some of these mimicking butterflies are polymorphic, which means they can come in a number of different forms. Sometimes each one of those forms mimics a different toxic butterfly, but it goes beyond that.
Wait. What? So we have these four, and they're delicious. And then we have these four, and they taste like crap. And they look... Okay, this one is maybe a little bit different, but these all look so similar. What? That is crazy. I wouldn't even be able to tell them apart. So basically what you're telling me is that a bird, when they want a little snack, they have like a 50-50 chance of either super delicious butterfly snack or throwing up disgusting eel snack. 50-50 chance. That's kind of like, oh my god, that is just the equivalent of like the jelly bean challenge, right? Like you eat a jelly bean and you don't know, like 50-50, is it gonna be delicious? Is it gonna make you throw you up? Like, that's it, basically, right? That's crazy. And I bet like birds are just as stupid as humans. They may not put it on YouTube because birds usually do not have Wi-Fi, but they're probably just like humans do that, right? Just like, oh, I'm gonna eat a jelly bean. Oh, I'm gonna eat a butterfly. 50-50 chance. Is it gonna be good? Am I gonna throw up? What's it gonna be today? Kind of that style, right? That's cool. But also, like, okay, I do play a lot of gacha games, and I must say, 50-50 would. I would. I wouldn't even think about it. 50-50 is such a high chance of, like, having a delicious butterfly snack, aka getting the skin I want. I wouldn't even think about it either. So it makes sense if birds are just still continuously trying to eat them. Because, like, there is a 50% chance of a delicious snack. I would take that too. So I don't know if this is working properly for the butterflies, not gonna lie. But it's also crazy to me that nature just does this. Because these butterflies aren't wearing cosplays or like drawing art on themselves, right? It's like actually just nature mimicking, just through evolution. That is crazy. Like how does that even like happen? How does that work? That is insane. I'm so impressed.
Butterfly, but it goes beyond that. Females of the species Papiliopolitus come in a few different forms. This one, the top one, its mating, mimics a toxic butterfly, while this form mimics a non-toxic male. Here's the kicker. When it mimics the toxic butterfly, it doesn't just mimic its colors, it mimics how it flies, flying slower and straighter. And that's the thing. These beautiful insects are bullshit artists, and it all comes back to those wings. I mean, I know they look like they're made from tissue paper that got wet over top a child's marker drawing, but that's more bullshit. They're incredibly sophisticated. Don't get me started. Well, I guess I already have. The whole thing kicks off in the sleeping bag thing.
What?
It's the basic shape of the wing.
Ew, that looks so disgusting. Ew. And this like becomes the wing, I guess, because it has the wing shape, right? Ew, that is so nasty.
Is formed by these two membranes that sandwich together around veins. The veins both add some structure, but also carry the butterfly's version of blood, butter blood. Once that's on its way,
Butter blood.
of overlapping...
What is butter blood made of? Is it like made out of blood, or is it like because? But no, it cannot be made out of blood, because then he would have said made out of blood, but he said butter blood, so it must be like blood, but like butter, right? So you going to explain this, because I'm a little confused on what that means. Butter blood. Maybe it's like smooth like butter, or like butter colored, or maybe it's like delicious, you know? It's kind of, if you are the bird and you get a little butterfly snack, it like already has butter on it. I personally don't like butter very much, but I heard there are people who do. So maybe in the bird kingdom there are some birds who really like a buttery snack. Yeah, maybe.
Scales begin to form on the outside surface, and each one of those scales is anchored into its own little socket. As these scales form, you can see colors begin to emerge, transforming them into the scary clowns of the insect world. Jerry, you're afraid of butterflies. They're not dangerous. No, clowns are. I mean, butterflies aren't. You can see that it's not just one pattern that forms, but rather a series of patterns that overlay one another. Some of these colors, like these browns and blacks, are made from pigments like melanin, which we have in our skin. Pigments work by absorbing certain wavelengths of light and reflecting others. Your bright blue t-shirt absorbs all the wavelengths except the bluish ones, which are reflected back to your eyes.
Yes.
The scales of the butterfly can have some pigments in them, but so can the membranes underneath them. Here is Cyproetta stellennis. On the right, all of its scales have been removed from the wing. The remaining green is formed from a liquid pigment in the membrane that can stain a piece of paper if you touch it. But this is a bit unusual. Many of the brightest and most impressive colors on butterfly wings don't come from pigments or anything that would stain a piece of paper that touched them. Instead, the colors are made from the architecture of the scales themselves. If you zoom in, you can see that scales are made of...
Whoa! This is what a scale looks like. That's cool. It looks like one of those scary, gooey, slimy forests of like video game, horror, genre stuff. That looks sick. So cool.
These ridges, and the ridges can come in a number of different three-dimensional...
What? Wait, so these ones from the scales look like this? This looks like a cheese grater. Oh my god. Do you guys like know those cheese graters which have like 4 different sides, right? So that you can grate your cheese in any kind of special way that you want, because like cheese grated in this way tastes like different than the other way, right? Like those kind of cheese graters. That's exactly what this looks like. Especially like the one like on the top here, or like all of them actually. Oh, that's so cool. They all look like cheese graters.
Shapes. In some, there's a place for a little...
Here, look! This even has like the cheese in it. Wow!
Pockets of pigment to hang out, but in others, there's no pigment at all. Instead, there are these structures called lamellae, which are just the right size.
What is this? I forgot the word that he just said. He just said what it is, but I forgot it already. Just like went in through one ear and came out the other. I'm sorry. It did not stick. Okay, so these ones look like a forest maybe, and these ones look like what is it called? Algae. I think the English word is algae, right? Like a water grass. Yeah, that's what it looks like. This one looks like some weeds or corn or something. Oh, that's so cool. This is sick. And it's like so mini and tiny. How does this work? How can things this like complicated in structure exist in that tiny? That's crazy to me.
In shape to take advantage of some of the strange properties of light. As light hits one of these, a certain amount is reflected back off the surface, and some light just passes right through. But depending on how thick these are, some wavelengths are reflected off the back surface. Now, these two sources of reflected light interact with each other, sometimes canceling each other out, but sometimes amplifying each other to create an intense color. Whatever light passed on through often hits another one of these lamellae, and then another, reflecting back even more of a certain wavelength. That's how this blue morpho, for example, gets such a vivid blue. If you change the angle that the light hits these structures, the wavelengths interfere with each other differently. And that's why some butterflies shimmer and appear iridescent as they move. This is...
Oh! I was wondering about that. Because, like, when I see butterflies, sometimes I just can't tell what color they are. It's like, is it purple? Is it blue? You know, or is it yellow? Is it green? Is it yellow? Is it orange? these kinds of like similar colors, a lot of the times like you can't tell which one is it, because like depends on how the light falls on it, are there shadows, like all these kinds of things, right? Am I wearing my glasses? That also could impact that, not gonna lie. But like I was wondering about that, so that's just what it is. Okay, that's crazy. And also really cool, actually. So it does really shimmer. Also, it kind of reminds me of, you know, the dress. The dress from the meme, you know? Maybe that one is also made from, like, these kinds of, pigmentation, light thingy scales. I forgot the words, but you know what I mean, right? Because we just watched it. Yeah. Maybe that dress was made from that, not gonna lie. Could be. Right?
Different from pigments, which reflect the same wavelength regardless of which way you look at them. Oh look, that one's laying bebbies. But often these butterfly colors are a combination of both pigments and the structural colors made by the lamellae. That blue morpho from before has a layer of black pigment underneath, which absorbs the light that passed through and wasn't reflected. But there's another species of morpho that has the reflective scales but not the black pigment, and the wings appear this bluish opal white. Now, if you've got the ability to do all that with color, you know you're going to get creative. These tiny little patches of cells sometimes form on the wing, and they release proteins that cause the surrounding scales to create different sorts of pigments. This is how
It's just proteins. It's just like the gains. What? The gains form the eyes. Excuse me?
My eye spots are formed. And I get it. You turn a corner and see one of these, you might shit your pants. This one not so much, more of a sad vibe. And then come on, I mean, this one's just adorable. I don't want to run away, I want to get closer to it.
True.
And then of course there's too much of it.
What the f is that? This is what my nightmares are made out of. When I say like I'm a little scared of butterflies, this gentleman is what I mean. Actually, he's probably not a gentleman. He looks like one of those killer clowns that he was talking about earlier. This looks like danger, okay? But what I think is crazy is that he said it's just like proteins forming and then making those eyes, right? But it's like the same on both sides. This does not look like, I don't know, like a mistake or whatever. This looks like it's on purpose, like purposefully done by nature. So nature just puts proteins wherever it wants, and then it's just like a thing. And then this butterfly has them, and then the baby from this butterfly has it too. Actually, I do not want this one to procreate because this one scares me. But it's like not a mistake. It's not by chance, is it? I suppose not, right? I mean, every butterfly is probably a little unique, but I assume this is like all of these ones, like this kind, probably have it like that. At least that's what I would expect, right? Also, like, I mean, look at this. It looks like it's completely on purpose. And it's very scary to me. It looks like a spider, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's 12 eyes. It's like a super spider. Yeah, but it's a butterfly.
A good thing, but why stop at just eyes? I mean, you could tattoo snake heads on your shoulders. Who's going to want to f with you then?
True.
If you're not feeling flamboyant, you can take a more subtle approach and blend into the background. I want to be see-through. Sort of. I mean, come on, that
see-through. I've never seen a see-through one. Oh, actually, that makes sense because it's see-through. How would I see a see-through butterfly? Okay, that one's on me. That was a little stupid to say. I literally would not see this one. Not even if I put my glasses on. It's literally see-through. It's basically invisible to me. No wonder I've never seen this one. But now I want to see it. Now I really want to see one of these because this looks really cool. Just like looking through the wings. That is so cool. It's kind of like a window. Wow.
Sort of. I mean, come on, that looks just like a dead leaf, standing upright on
True.
a living leaf. But if a predator sees through your little disguise, you're not fucked yet. Some butterflies and moths that are drab or camouflaged have bright colors on the insides of their wings.
Wow.
So if they get found out, they can buy some time with a little razzle-dazzle. And that shit works. And the science know because they f with the chickens. Chicken thinks it's in for a nice meal and then nope. That's what a sane person would if they picked out a black licorice jelly bean. If you're one of those weirdos that likes them, I don't want to hear it.
That's crazy.
Now, if all of this doesn't work,
That's so crazy. It actually works. They just jump scare the enemy. Wild.
When you're about to get a bite taken out of you, you still have some control over what part gets bit. Those long things on the back wings of the swallowtail, for example, seem to be effective at drawing an attack. And in fact, the veins on those back segments are weaker to allow for a piece to rip off a bit more easily. And that's not a bad result. Butterflies and moths can often fly just fine, missing a back wing or two.
Really?
As it turns out, help more in dodging and weaving than they do with the actual flying. And that's why some of them look a bit ridden hard and put away wet.
That's crazy. I always thought that these ones must be in so much pain because their wings are, ripped off. I always thought they have, like, lots of pain. They probably can't fly anymore. Because, like, if somebody would rip off my arms or my legs or my panda ears, like, yeah, I would have a problem. I would have a very big problem. But the butterflies don't. That's sick. That's actually really cool. And, like, how badass is that? Just, like, this butterfly here specifically, like, look at that wing. Must have, like, been in so many, like, death encounters with the enemy, aka the birds, and, like, survived every single time. This is a bird war veteran. This one is so cool. This is a badass butterfly. Just survived the entire time. Holy shit, I'm impressed. Mad respect, dude. Mad respect.
Bringing that phrase back. Now, moths that are active at night sometimes have these really long tails. In the dark, they can't really use colors and patterns to the same defensive effect because the bats that hunt them use sound instead of vision to hunt.
True.
Having a really long tail can confuse the hell out of a bat, or at least get it to do minimal damage. When you're getting hunted by something that uses sound, there's other tricks you can use to confuse the hunter. Some moths have scales that can absorb sound, making them invisible. Or inaudible? I don't know. But
another invisible one. That is so sick. It's just like an invisibility cloak, basically. Because it's the scales, right? So, like, the clothing part of it. Of the, like, skin, wing thingies. It's an invisibility cloak. That's sick. That's so cool.
the way to go is make more sound. Most moths have exceptional hearing and can sense when a bat is closing in. And some use special structures that can create clicking sounds to jam the bat's sonar. Sometimes that involves scales on the moth's abdomen, or in this case, the genital valve. You can try this at home.
What?
A moth that lost its ability to hear, so it can't hear the bats coming. You know what it does? It uses part of its wing beat to make a sound, so it can make bat-confusing noise all the time. And so the bats...
Oh, that's f***ed up. Imagine you're the bat and you just like fly at the night. Like you just want to hunt during nighttime because that's when you live and you can't see shit, right? Your eyes don't work. And so you just listen and you hear that. You hear that crap. No, thank you. I don't want to. No, thank you. That is scary as f***.
Try to catch things that don't exist. And that is how the lepidopterans do. Haven't done that for a while, have we, Jerry?
Wow, that was super interesting. I think I've actually learned quite a lot today, not gonna lie. That is amazing. Butterflies are actually really cool. I didn't know all these things. And it explains all these questions I've always had as a little child that like nobody was able to answer for me. I don't know if that was enough to like get a wrinkle into my brain. I think it may still be a little smooth. But I think I actually understood most of it as well. This was really well made. Like even if I'm stupid, I still kind of got it. That's nice. Man, I'm impressed. Dude, this was a really good video. Really great video. Thank you so much for making me a little smarter. You know, it's baby steps, but we're getting there. Eventually, maybe. Maybe, who knows? But yeah, thank you guys all so much for watching. If you like me, and also my content, I guess, please like and subscribe. And also check out Zefrank and like their video too if you really appreciated it like I did. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye bye!